Hi, Rama. It's George here. Okay, so basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take you through this. Um, so basically, the situation you have right now is looks something like this. Okay, there it is. Basically, the receiver got knocked, and sort of the solder joint became loose, and you have now what is a crooked receiver, and then actually that's affecting the octave key, which is between this post and this post. So the first thing you have to do, okay, and I'll use a different saxophone for this, is you have to take the octave key off, because the octave key is what's holding those two pieces together right now. So this is the octave key. It's on the back. It's by the thumb rest. This sax looks a little different than yours. And basically, there are screws in each end. There's a screw here, and then there's a screw here. Like I said in my email, you just have to take off the screws. You could actually just probably take off one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a screwdriver. Okay, here's a screwdriver. And what I'm going to do to take the octave key off, you simply put a small screwdriver into the screw, and you turn it. And basically what that's going to do is the screw's going to come out. Okay, and I apologize if this is all very overly simple. I just don't want to miss anything. Okay, so basically I'm going to unscrew it. Okay, the screw's going to come out. Don't lose the screw. Okay, because if you do, then basically that's not good. So basically I'm going to take the screw out. I'm sorry, lost it there. And then what that's going to do is that's going to loosen up the key. Okay, so if there's a screw still in the bottom, that's okay. You could leave that one there, but basically you should be able to pull the key off. Okay, so now I've pulled the key off. Okay, I've pulled the key off. Put that and the screw in a safe place. You're going to need it to put it back together. Okay, so now you've taken the key off. Okay, so now you have a situation which now looks something like this. Okay, you have the key off. You have the two posts. There's the top post on the receiver. There's the bottom post on the body of the sax. Okay, and of course in your instance the screw you took off. You took off the screw. So I'm going to take off this one too. Okay, and again, like I said, take the screw and take the screw and take the octave key and just put it aside. Okay, right. So now the next thing we'd like to do, okay, is basically try to remove this, right? Try to remove the receiver, okay, from the body tube. Okay, it's been knocked. I can see that the solder joint is loose. So by turning it, okay, simply giving it some turn, okay, like this. Okay, see if you can get it to come off. Okay. Hopefully you can. Okay, so then what we have is the receiver is off. Okay, and there's the top of the body. Okay, with the solder on it. Okay, so what you want to do then is take some sandpaper. Okay, a little bit of sandpaper, and just go around the inside. Okay, of the receiver with the sandpaper, and just sand it a little, okay, to get any sort of very knobby edges off, and then do the same thing on the body of the sax. Just not too much. You don't want to take too much solder off, but you just want to sort of go around, okay, and sort of smooth it out a little. Okay, so you've done that. Okay, the next thing which you want to do then is basically there's two ways of doing this, okay, and actually I'm going to show you the first way. The first way is without a torch, okay. I don't know if you can get any sort of product where you are it's called Cold Weld. It's basically something you can buy at a hardware store. It's a paste which you apply, and it's basically I think it's sort of a metal, ground metal plastic product which you mix up and apply, and it becomes sort of a paste. And this can be used in place of a torch and actually welding or rather soldering. Okay, so the stuff that we have here is called JB Weld. There's something else called PC, is another brand, and it's basically called a cold weld, is what the product is called. It will harden in a matter of hours to a strength similar to a solder joint. So mix the paste, take it, and then basically what you're going to do is you're basically going to put it on the body. Okay, you're going to put it on the body. Those are my parrots in the background telling you hello. Put it on the body, go around. Okay, you could use, I don't know, some sort of, you could use a screwdriver to apply this. I'm using a pad spatula. Okay, but anyway, you're going around, making sure that basically it's covering all of the joint. Okay, all of the joint is covered with this cold weld product. Okay, you don't have to put any in the receiver. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the receiver back on the body tube. Okay, and basically the cold weld is sufficient there. Okay, to basically A, glue it, and B, hold any of the gaps, make all the gaps disappear. Okay, so it goes back on. Okay, and you try to put it on and try to make it straight. Okay, so now it's straight. Now the only thing you've got to check here now is this. This post is on the receiver. This post is on the body. Okay, you have to rotate these. Okay, to make sure that basically they are. You rotate the receiver to make sure that this is lining up. Okay, it's got to line up, right? So basically, you don't want the receiver to be rotated this way, right? Because then the key, you see, is crooked. Okay, so you want the key to be straight. You want it to be parallel with the body tube. So you might have to rotate. So I'm a little off here, just a little bit off. I'm gonna have to rotate the receiver, okay, a little bit to the right. Okay, so you just want to turn the receiver a little, okay, and you just want to get it to kind of like a position where when you put on the key, okay, everything is going to be straight. Okay, so basically the key is now parallel to the body, and that will work. So then basically, quite simply, you just take a rag, and what you want to do is you want to go wipe. You want to go wipe the body to get the excess off. You might know what you want to do is then you want to make sure that the receiver is on straight. Okay, you don't want it to be crooked again. Okay, and usually what I do as well is I take a mallet or something and basically just tap it. Okay, so because I want to make sure that goes on. Okay, that is on the horn. You don't want there to be too much. You don't want there to be too much. You don't want this to be higher than it used to be. Okay. And then basically inside there's going to be some of the weld product inside as well. Okay, you look at it from the side, see if it looks straight, pretty much from the side and from the front. Like that's a little off right there. I'm looking. I need to sort of tap it back. There, see that? Now that's in. That's in. I can feel that's pretty much in place. Okay. Again, get it to cover the old seam. Get it to cover the old seam of the solder, because then you know you've done it correctly. And then you're just going to wipe. You're going to wipe the outside. Okay, now you can see when I wipe the outside, the seam of the solder is still right there. So actually, I didn't cover it all. So I've got to tap it in. Now there it is. There it is. See, the solder seam has completely disappeared because now the cold weld is now filling, and it's going to adhere. Okay. And that's it. Again, after you tap it, check one more time. Did you line up the octave key so it's straight? That looks pretty good. Very important. Okay, wipe the outside. Okay, then wipe the inside. Okay, so I want to go here. Okay, you want to take that rag and you want to wipe out the inside. You want to stick it with my finger in there. Wipe out the inside. Get out any of the excess weld product which is there. Okay, and then just let it dry. Read the instructions on each. I mean, I think this stuff dries. I think it dries within like a few hours, but then 24 hours is its maximum strength. So I usually just like to wait. And again, then you can again while it's still wet on there, just just wipe it off. Just wipe it to get all of the gray off. Make sure that it's clean on the inside. Okay, and then and that'll be it. Okay, when you're done, okay, then you can put the octave key back on, right? Same way we took it off. Okay, we got our screw here. Okay, we have our octave key here. Okay, we're going to put the octave key back into the screw on the bottom. Okay, it's going to slide in there. It's going to slide into the top, and then basically you just take that screw and you put it back in. Everything's straight. This is secure. Okay, it's not going to come off, and that's the way to do it. So that is the way I suggest you do it, rather than going with a torch. So that's the end of this part of the video. Thanks.